Hello everybody, this is Pastor Green. We're doing another Read the Bible in 1 year, day 27, Exodus 32 through 34. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, that way you get updated whenever I post a new video. Like the video, also comment, even if you say hi, thank you, thumbs up, whatever, it just helps with the algorithm. Remember, I'm dyslexic and I stutter, so sometimes I mess up on big words, and just bear with me. Here we go. Exodus chapter 32. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron, and said unto him, Up, make us gods, which we shall go before us. And as for this Moses, the man that brought us out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings which are on the ears of your wives, and your sons, and your daughters, and bring them to me. And all the people broke off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them to Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with a graving tool, after he had made a molten calf. And they said, These are thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it, and Aaron made proclamation, and said, Tomorrow is a feast to the Lord. And when they rose up early in the morrow, and offered burnt offerings, and brought peace offerings, and the people sat down to eat and drink, and rose up to play. And the Lord said to Moses, Go, get thee down, for thy people, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These are thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. And the Lord said to Moses, I have seen the people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, that they may consume them, and I will make thee a great nation. And Moses besought the Lord his God, and said, Lord, why does thy wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power, and with a mighty hand? Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, For mischief did he bring them out, to slay them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from thy fierce wrath, and repent of this evil against thy people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel thy servants, whom thou swarest by their own self, and said unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and in this land that I have spoken I will give to your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And the Lord repented of the evil which he thought to do to his people. And Moses turned and went down from the mount, and the 2 tables of the tabernacle testimony were in his hand. The tables were written on both of their sides, on the one side and on the other were they written. And the tablets were worked of God, and the writings were the writing of God graven upon the tables. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people, and they shouted, he said to Moses, There is a noise of war in the camp. And he said, It is not the voice of them that shout for mastery, neither is the voice of them that crieth for being overcome, but the noise of them that sing I do hear. And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that he saw the calf and the dancing. And Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tablets out of his hands, and broke them beneath the mountain. And he took the calf which they had made, and burned it in the fire, and ground it to powder, and strawed it upon the water, and made the children of Israel drink of it. And Moses said to Aaron, What is thy people unto thee, that thou hast brought so great sin upon them? And Aaron said, Let not the anger of my Lord wax hot. Thou knowest thy people, they are set on mischief. For they said unto me, Make us gods, which we shall go before us. And as for this Moses, the man that brought us out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. And he said unto him, Whosoever has thou gold, let them break it off. So they gave it to me, and they cast it in the fire, and there came out this calf. And when Moses saw that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked to their shame among their enemies, then Moses stood at the gate of the camp and said, Who is on the Lord's side, let him come to me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him. And he said unto them, Thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, Put every man and his sword by his side, and go in and out from the gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man and his brother, and every man and his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did according to the words of Moses, and there fell the people that day 3,000 men. For Moses said, Consecrate yourself today for the Lord, even every man upon his son and upon his brother, that they may bestow upon you a blessing this day. And now it come to pass in the morrow that Moses said to the people, You have sinned a great sin, and now I'll go up to the Lord, peradventure I shall make an atonement for your sin. And Moses returned to the Lord and said, O thy people have sinned a great sin, and have made them gods of gold. Yet now, if thou forgive their sins, and if not, blot me, I pray thee, out of the book which thou hast written. And the Lord said unto Moses, Whatsoever hath sinned against me, him I will blot out of my book. Therefore now go, lead the people the place which I have spoken unto thee. Behold, thine angel shall go before thee. Nevertheless, in the day when I will visit their sin upon them. And the Lord plagued the people because they made a calf which Aaron made. Exodus chapter 33. And the Lord said to Moses, Depart and go up hence, thou and thy people which thou hast brought up out of the land of Egypt, unto the land which I swore unto Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, saying, Unto thy seed which I give it. And I will set an angel before thee, and I will drive out the Canaanite, and the Amorite, and the Hittite, the Perizite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite, unto the land flowing with milk and honey. For I will not go up in the midst of thee, for thou art stiff-necked people, lest I consume thee in the way. When the people heard these evil tidings, they mourned, and no man did put on him his ornaments. And the Lord said unto Moses, saying unto the children of Israel, You are a stiff-necked people. I will come up to the midst of the mountain. I will come up in the midst of the moment and consume thee. Therefore now put off the ornaments from thee, and may know that what they do unto thee. And the children of Israel stripped themselves of their ornaments by the Mount Hebron. And Moses took a tabernacle and pitched it with the camp, afar off from the camp, and called it the tabernacle of the congregation. And it came to pass that every one which sought the Lord went out to the tabernacle of the congregation, which is without the camp. And it came to pass when Moses went out to the tabernacle, that all the people rose up and stood every man to his tent door, and looked after Moses until he was gone to the tabernacle. And it came to pass as Moses entered the tabernacle, the cloudy pillar descended, and stood at the door of the tabernacle, and the Lord talked with Moses. All the people saw the cloudy pillar stand at the tabernacle door, and all the people rose up and worshipped, every man in his tent door. And all the people spoke to Moses face to face, a man speaketh to his friend. And he turned again to the camp, but his servant Joshua the son of Nun, a young man, departed not to the tabernacle. And Moses said to the Lord, See, thou sayest unto me, Bring up the people, and thou hast not let me know whom thou wilt send to me. Yet thou hast said, I know thee by name, and thou hast also found grace in my sight. Now therefore I pray thee, if thou have found grace in thy sight, show me now the way, that I may know thee, that I may find grace in thy sight, and consider that this nation is thy people. And he said, My presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. And he said unto him, If thou presence not go with me, carry us not up hence. For wherewithin shall it know here that I thy people have found grace in thy sight? It is not that thou goest with us, so shall we be separated, and I and thy people from the people that are upon the face of the earth. And the Lord said unto Moses, I will do this thing also that thou hast spoken, for thou hast found grace in my sight, and I know thee by name. And he said, I beseech thee, show me thy glory. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and I will proclaim the name of the Lord before thee, and I will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and I will show mercy on whom I show mercy. And he said, Thou cannot see my face, for thou shalt no man see me and live. And the Lord said, Behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock. And it shall come to pass when my glory passes by, that I will put thee in the cliff of the rock, and I will cover thee with my hand while I pass thee. And I will take away mine hand, and thou shalt see my back parts, but my face shall not be seen. Exodus chapter 34. And the Lord said unto Moses, Hew these 2 tables of stone like to the first, and I will write upon these tables the words which are the first tables, which thou breakest. And be ready in the morning, and come up in the morning to Mount Sinai, and present thyself there to me in the top of the mount. And no man shall come up with thee, neither let any man be seen throughout the mount, neither let the flocks nor herds feed before that mount. And he hewed 2 tables of stone until like the first. And Moses rose up early in the morning, and went unto Mount Sinai. And the Lord had commanded him, and took he hand the two tables of stone. And the Lord descended on the cloud, and stood with thee, and proclaimed the name of the Lord. And the Lord passed by before him, and proclaimed, the Lord God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and truth, keeping me mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of their fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation. And Moses made haste and bowed his head towards the earth and worshipped. And he said, If thou hast found grace in thy sight, O Lord, let my Lord, I pray thee, go among us, for this is a stiff-necked people, and pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us for thine inheritance. And he said, Behold, I make a covenant before all the people, and do marvels such as I have not been done on the earth, nor any nation, and all the people among which thou hast art seen the work of the Lord, for it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee. Observe thou that which I command thee this day. Behold, I drive out before thee Amorites, the Canaanites, the Hivites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, whither thou goest. Let it be for a snare to the midst of thee. But ye shall destroy their altars, break their images, and cut down their groves. And thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name jealous, is a jealous God. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitation of the land, and they go whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice to their gods, and no one call thee, and thou eat of their sacrifice. And thou take their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go whoring after their gods, and make their sons go whoring after their gods. And thou shalt make thee no molten gods. The feast of unleavened bread shalt thou keep. 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, as I commanded thee, in the time of the month of Abi. For the month of Abi thou comest out of Egypt. And all that open the matrix is mine, and every firstling among thy cattle, whether ox or sheep, that is male. But the firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb, and if thou redeemeth not, then shalt thou break its neck. All the firstborn of thy sons thou shalt redeem, and none shall appeal before me empty. 6 days shalt thou work, but on the 7th day thou shalt rest, and earning time and harvest throughout thou shalt rest. And thou shalt observe the feast of weeks for the first fruits of wheat harvest, and the feast of the gathering of the year's end. Thrice in the year shall thy man-children appear before the Lord God, the God of Israel. For I will cast out the nations before thee, and enlarge thy borders. Neither shall any man desire thy land, when thou shalt go up and appear before the Lord thy God thrice in the year. Thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leaven, neither shall their sacrifice of the feast of the Passover be left until the morning. The first of the first fruits of thy land shalt thou bring into the house of the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not seek the kid in its mother's milk. And the Lord said to Moses, Write these words, for after the tenor of these words I have made a covenant with thee and with Israel. And he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water, for he wrote upon the tablets the words of the covenant, the 10 commandments. And it came to pass when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of testimony in Moses' hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moses risked not that he send the face shown while he talked with them. And when Aaron and all the children of Israel saw Moses, behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh to him. And Moses called to them, and Aaron and all the rulers of the congregation returned to him, and Moses talked with them. And afterward all the children of Israel came nigh, and he gave them commandments, and all the Lord had spoken with him in the Mount Sinai. Until Moses had done speaking with them, he put a veil on his face. But when Moses went in before the Lord to speak with him, he took the veil off until it came out, and he came out and spoke with the children of Israel, at which he was commanded. And the children of Israel saw the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses' face shone, and Moses put the veil upon his face again, until he went to speak with him. Well guys, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the bell, click like, and also comment. I'm going to put a couple links on the screen. The bottom right is going to be the Read the Bible in 1 Year study. The top left is going to be a playlist I think is going to benefit you. And the bottom left is going to be a video YouTube thinks you're going to like. Appreciate you guys watching. If you guys have somebody that might benefit from this, you can always share it with them. You can also share it on social media. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.